Have you ever wondered if you're washing your body properly? You shower, brush your teeth, and wash your hands? But could there be areas you're neglecting that are impacting your health and well-being? What if I told you that simply washing 5 specific body parts every day could make a huge difference to your longevity and overall health? In this video, I'm going to take you on a journey to discover the 5 body parts you should be washing daily to live a longer, healthier life. These areas are often overlooked, but they play a crucial role in your body's defense against bacteria, germs, and long-term health issues by watching. Until the end, you'll learn why neglecting these body parts can lead to problems like bad breath infections and even serious conditions like heart disease and cancer. You'll also get step-by-step instructions on how to wash each part properly and how doing so can prevent illnesses, improve your hygiene, and even extend your lifespan. Don't miss out on these simple yet effective tips that could make a huge impact on your health. Whether you're looking to improve your personal hygiene routine or simply curious about how small habits can make a big difference, this video is for you. So stick around till the end and let's dive into the 5 body parts you should wash every day to improve your health and boost your well-being. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the not notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it if you like the topic of this video. Please comment 1 if you don't. Please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. I think we've all been there at some point, haven't we? Neglecting our hygiene because we're too tired, too stressed, or simply because we let laziness take over. The truth is, in our fast-paced world, it's easy to let things slip after all. When life gets overwhelming, whether it's due to work, family responsibilities, or the constant flood of daily tasks, we often prioritize everything else and push aside the simple act of caring for ourselves. But here's the harsh reality: washing our bodies. Something so simple yet incredibly powerful is one of the most effective and fundamental ways to prevent illness and disease. And still, despite knowing this, many of us continue to neglect our hygiene. We might think we're clean because we rush through a quick rinse or scrub, but we don't realize that some areas of our bodies are breeding grounds for bacteria and germs. There are certain places on our bodies that we don't wash properly or at all. And this negligence opens the door to potential infections, skin issues, and long-term health problems. It's easy to overlook these areas, but they're often the very spots that can cause the most harm if we don't give them the attention they deserve. Take our feet, for example. How many of us take the time to wash them every day? I'm not just talking about a quick splash of water or a lazy rub while we're in the shower. Think about it. Our feet are trapped inside shoes and socks for hours, sweating, collecting dirt and harboring bacteria. Yet how many of us get our feet the proper attention they need? They carry us through our entire day, and yet we often forget to give them the love and care they deserve. If we don't wash our feet properly, we risk developing athlete's foot fungal infections and other foot problems that can be uncomfortable and hard to get rid of. And it's not just about hygiene. Taking care of our feet is a step toward overall well-being, as poor foot care can lead to issues like back pain, joint problems, or even skin imperfections. And then there's our ears. How often do we think about cleaning the inside of our ears? For most people, the answer is rarely. We might grab a cotton swab and quickly swipe the outer parts of our ears, but the inner ear often gets neglected. It's easy to assume that a quick clean with a Q-tip is enough. But the truth is that improper ear cleaning can push earwax further in causing blockages, discomfort, and even infections. Our ears are delicate organs that need careful attention, especially because they're constantly exposed to dirt, moisture, and other elements that can lead to problems if left unchecked. Let's not forget about other areas that are often overlooked, but just as important. The belly button, for instance, is another place where dirt and bacteria can build up. It's easy to forget about it during a regular shower, but If left uncleaned, it can lead to infections or irritation. And what about the area between our toes? These are spaces where moisture tends to linger. And if we don't dry and clean them properly, they can become a breeding ground for fungi and bacteria. But the question is, why do we neglect these areas? Why do we sometimes skip over the basics of hygiene when we know how important it is for our health? The answer, I believe, is a combination of convenience ignorance and sometimes just pure laziness. We might not realize that by skipping a few simple steps in our daily routines, we're putting ourselves at risk for far worse problems in the future. And it's not just about avoiding sickness. In the short term, it's about preserving our long-term health. Poor hygiene, when repeated over time, can lead to chronic conditions. And research has shown that neglecting personal care can even increase the risk of heart disease, respiratory issues, and certain types of cancer. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. This is why we need to prioritize our hygiene and make it a non-negotiable part of our daily routine. Yes, life can get chaotic, but taking a few extra minutes each day to properly wash and care for our bodies can save us a lot of pain and discomfort in the future. It's not just about cleaning ourselves to feel fresh or looking good. It's about showing respect for our bodies, honouring our health, and taking responsibility for our well-being. We don't need to wait until we're sick to realise how important it is to maintain good hygiene. We need to do it because we deserve to be healthy, happy, and strong. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of why washing certain parts of our body daily is essential. Our health isn't just about washing our faces or brushing our teeth. It's about taking care of every inch of our body. Every day, our skin is exposed to dirt, sweat, bacteria, and environmental pollutants. And when we skip the basics, we leave ourselves vulnerable to infections. So let's talk about the 5 body parts that truly need to be washed every single day. These are the areas we often forget, but are crucial for maintaining good health. It's time to give these spots the care they deserve. 1. Our feet. Our feet, often taken for granted, are the unsung heroes of our daily lives. They bear the weight of our bodies, carry us through countless steps, and endure the pressures of every movement. Yet despite all the hard work they do, we frequently forget to give them the care they need. Our feet, with their warm, moist environment, are a prime breeding ground for bacteria, fungi, and other harmful microorganisms. If we neglect to wash them regularly and properly, we risk exposing ourselves to a host of uncomfortable and sometimes even debilitating health issues. Conditions like fun infections, athlete's foot, and even bacterial infections can arise if we don't take the time to keep our feet clean and dry. Imagine the discomfort of an athlete's foot, a condition that causes itching, burning, and the skin between your toes to crack and peel. It's not just annoying, it can be painful and embarrassing. The thought of walking around with inflamed, cracked skin, or worse, developing an infection that spreads to other parts of the body, is enough to make anyone realise the importance of foot hygiene. But the truth is, it's so simple to avoid these issues, with just a little extra care to properly wash your feet. Start by ensuring that the water is warm, not too hot as extremely hot. Water can strip your skin of its natural oils and cause irritation. Warm water will help to open up the pores on your feet, making it easier to cleanse them. Thoroughly, choose a mild soap, one that is gentle on your skin, as harsh soaps or chemicals can disrupt the delicate balance of your skin and make it more susceptible to dryness and cracking. When washing your feet, take your time. Don't just rush through it as a chore. Think of it as a small act of self-care. Use your hands or a soft washcloth to scrub every part of your foot, paying close attention to the SS heels. And between the toes, the space between your toes is particularly vulnerable because it tends to trap moisture and create the perfect conditions for fungal growth. BG gentle but thorough, scrub away any dirt or debris that may have accumulated during the day after rinsing. It's just as important to dry your feet properly. This is where many of us go wrong. Leaving our feet damp between the toes creates the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to thrive. Take the time to dry your feet completely with a clean towel. You might even want to use a separate towel specifically for drying your feet to avoid transferring any dirt or germs if you want to go the extra mile. Consider using a foot powder or antifungal powder between your toes to keep them dry and fresh. It's especially helpful if you have sweaty feet or tend to wear shoes for long hours. Taking these extra steps to care for your feet isn't just about preventing infections or dealing with discomfort. It's about showing respect for your body. Our feet do so much for us. They carry us through life, through every step, every journey they deserve. A little love and attention in return by dedicating a few minutes each day to wash and dry your feet properly. You're not only preventing foot issues, but also contributing to your overall well-being. It's a simple act of self-care that pays off in countless ways, allowing you to walk through life with greater comfort and confidence, free from the discomfort of foot problems. 2. Our armpits at first glance? It might seem like a trivial topic, just another part of our daily hygiene routine that doesn't warrant much attention. But trust me, the way we care for our armpits is much more important than we give it credit for. Most of us assume that a quick wash is all it takes to keep the odour at bay, and then move on with our day. However, we often overlook the fact that our armpits are much more delicate than they seem, and require more thorough care than we realise. It's not just about masking the smell, it's about maintaining the health of this often forgotten part of our body. I've come to realise that many of us, myself included at times, don't properly wash our armpits. We may focus on other parts of our body during our shower, but this sensitive area can sometimes be left out or scrubbed too hastily. If we don't take proper care of our underarms, it can lead to a whole range of uncomfortable and even painful issues, rashes, irritation, and the risk of infections. You might think a quick swipe with soap is enough, but it's not just about getting rid of body odour. It's about treating our skin with the respect it deserves. The skin in our armpits is much thinner and more prone to irritation than the rest of our body, and it can easily become inflamed or infected if not properly cleansed. It's easy to ignore how much we use our armpits in our daily lives, whether it's reaching up to grab something from a shelf, exercising, or even just moving our arms. Our armpits are constantly exposed to sweat, friction, and bacteria, which makes them particularly vulnerable. And yet, despite all this, we don't always wash them as thoroughly as we should think about it. When was the last time you took a moment to focus on washing your armpits carefully? Not just for the smell, but for your skin's health. When you don't wash your armpits properly, you may find yourself dealing with annoying things like chafing or redness. If sweat and bacteria are left on the skin for too long, they can irritate or even worse, lead to infections like folliculitis, where hair follicles become inflamed and tender. It can even lead to an unpleasant condition called intertrigo, which is a rash caused by moisture and friction. None of these things are comfortable, and honestly, they can affect your self-esteem, making you feel self-conscious and uneasy. So how can we do better? First, make sure to use a gentle soap that won't irritate the skin. Harsh cleansers with strong fragrances or chemicals can strip away the natural oils in your skin, leaving it dry, irritated, and vulnerable to infections. Opt for a mild soap that's specifically designed for sensitive skin, especially around the armpits. The warmth of the water is important. 2. Avoid scalding hot water as it can dry out your skin and cause more irritation. Lukewarm water is ideal, gentle on the skin while still helping to wash away sweat and impurities. It's not just about the soap, it's about the technique. Instead of quickly scrubbing your armpits, take the time to gently lather the soap and massage it into the skin, paying attention to all the nooks and crannies. Often we forget the area around the edges of the armpit or the folds of skin that can trap sweat. Make sure to clean thoroughly, but be gentle. Scrubbing too hard can cause micro tears in the skin, which can lead to irritation. And after washing, never underestimate the importance of drying your armpits properly. Pat them dry with a clean towel, making sure that there's no moisture. Left behind excess moisture in the underarm area can lead to bacterial growth, which can cause odours or infections. I like to let my skin breathe for a few minutes after drying before applying any deodorant or antiperspirant. This helps ensure that my skin remains fresh and dry, which is essential in preventing further irritation. In my opinion, this simple act of properly washing and caring for your armpits is a form of self-care that shouldn't be neglected. It's one of those small, yet incredibly meaningful things we can do every day to maintain our comfort, health, and confidence. Think about how good it feels when you're not constantly worrying about discomfort or body odor, and when you can just move through your day feeling clean and fresh. That feeling is worth the extra few moments it takes to take care of this often overlooked area. So next time you step into the shower, take a deep breath and give your armpits the attention they truly deserve. Your skin will thank you, and you'll feel more comfortable and confident knowing you've given yourself the care and respect you deserve. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good in your skin. And that starts with the basics, like properly washing and drying your armpits. 3R noses are noses. Those often overlooked, seemingly insignificant parts of our body are far more important than we tend to realize in the constant whirlwind of our daily lives. It's easy to forget just how essential these little organs are. They don't just help us breathe. They allow us to experience the world in ways that many other senses cannot. The smell of fresh rain, the fragrance of a blooming flower, or even the aroma of a comforting home-cooked meal. It all comes through our noses, yet despite their immense role in our daily lives, how often do we give them the attention they truly deserve? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment. Toby below to let me know that you are still here with me. I can't help but think how neglecting our noses can lead to a cascade of health issues, often without us even realizing it. When we don't properly wash or take care of our noses, we open ourselves up to all sorts of unpleasant problems. Things like sinus infections, blocked airways, chronic sneezing, or even the common cold, which seems to hang around far longer than we'd like. It's almost ironic. Something as simple as a lack of nose hygiene can trigger a multitude of issues that leave us feeling uncomfortable, tired, and even irritable. And yet washing our noses is such an easy and effective way to avoid these nuisances. The truth is that our noses are constantly exposed to all sorts of external factors: dust, dirt pollution, pollen, and bacteria. These particles, which we often don't notice, build up in our nasal passages over time. If we don't take the time to cleanse our noses properly, we risk becoming more susceptible to infections and illnesses. It's not just about appearance or freshness, it's about safeguarding our health. Have you ever had the feeling of a stuffy nose when you can't breathe freely, or felt that weight of sinus pressure building up around your face? It's draining and uncomfortable, affecting your concentration, your energy levels, and your overall mood. I can't help but feel frustrated when these minor annoyances, which could easily be prevented with a little care, throw off our entire day to properly clean your nose. The process is simple but effective. You don't need fancy tools or harsh chemicals. All it takes is a gentle soap and warm water using your fingers, or a soft cloth. Carefully cleanse the exterior of your nose, taking extra care around the nostrils where dirt and oils tend to accumulate. It's important to be gentle, as the skin around your nose is sensitive and delicate. Rinse with warm water to ensure that all the impurities are removed, leaving your nose feeling refreshed and clean. but don't stop there after washing. Be sure to dry your nose thoroughly with a soft towel or tissue moisture. Left behind can promote bacteria growth, potentially leading to more problems down the line when you take the time to wash and care for your nose. You might be surprised at how much of a difference it can make. The relief that comes from breathing through a clear, open nose is immeasurable. I can honestly say that the simple act of cleaning my nose has helped me feel more alert, more energized, and more in tune with my body. There's something incredibly freeing about being able to take deep, full breaths without the obstruction of mucus or sinus pressure. It's a reminder of how easy it is to neglect the little things that impact our well-being, and how much more enjoyable life can be when we take a moment to care for them. Sometimes it's the small habits we overlook, the routines we don't think twice about, that shape our health and happiness. While we often focus on the bigger aspects of personal hygiene like brushing our teeth or washing our hands, it's easy to forget how crucial it is to take care of our noses. But honestly, I believe these small acts of self-care, washing our noses and keeping our airways clean, have a profound impact on our overall health. When we give our noses the care and attention they deserve, we not only breathe easier, but feel more connected to our bodies and more aware of the world around us. It's a simple, sometimes overlooked task, but in the grand scheme of things, it's one of the easiest ways to ensure that we can go through our days feeling refreshed, healthy, and free from the little irritations that can wear us down. So let's take a moment to appreciate our noses for all that they do and show them the care they truly deserve. 4. Our belly buttons. Our belly buttons might seem like a minor feature, something we rarely think about. But believe it or not, they play an important role in our overall health and hygiene. While they don't get much attention in our daily routines, they can become a breeding ground for bacteria, sweat, and oils, especially if we neglect to clean them regularly. It may sound a bit odd, but this tiny spot on our body can accumulate all sorts of unwanted substances, and over time they can cause a variety of uncomfortable, sometimes even serious problems. If we're not careful, the buildup of bacteria and dead skin cells in our belly buttons can lead to infections, which can cause itching, redness, and irritation. This is particularly common in people who have deeper belly buttons, where the skin folds, create a perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. But it's not just infections. We need to worry about unwashed belly buttons can also lead to unpleasant odours. Have you ever noticed a sour, musty smell emanating from your belly button? It's a sure sign that bacteria and sweat are collecting in there. It's one of those things that many of us might not think about until it's too late. But trust me, it's important to be proactive. In my opinion, it's crazy how something as small and often ignored as the belly button can impact our overall cleanliness and comfort. I've personally found that paying attention to this part of my body has made a real difference in how fresh and clean I feel. The simple act of washing your belly button thoroughly can prevent so many potential problems, not to mention boost your confidence. It's not hard to do, but it's often forgotten in the rush of our daily lives. So how can we properly care for our belly buttons? It's very simple, yet incredibly effective. First, make sure to use a gentle soap. Nothing too harsh or fragranced, as those can irritate the sensitive skin around your belly button. Warm water is key. It helps dissolve oils and loosen any dirt or bacteria that might be trapped. Use a soft washcloth or even a cotton swab to gently scrub around the area. You don't need to go too deep. Just clean around the edges and give it a little attention. Once you've cleaned it, be sure to dry it thoroughly. Leftover moisture can also contribute to bacterial growth. So take an extra moment to make sure your belly button is completely dry. I can't stress enough how this little hygiene step is worth the effort. It may seem small, but just like any other part of our body, the belly button deserves a little love and care. Not only will it help prevent infections, odors, and discomfort, but it will also give you that sense of freshness and cleanliness that comes from taking care of every part of your body. It's those tiny habits, like taking care of your belly button, that can make a big difference in how you feel. Day to day, 5, our tongues. Yes, you read that correctly. Our tongues. I know it may sound odd, but bear with me for a moment. The humble tongue, often ignored in our daily hygiene routines, plays a crucial role in our overall health. It's easy to forget about this part of our body as we focus on brushing our teeth, washing our faces, and keeping the rest of our bodies clean. But the truth is, when we don't take care of our tongues, we open the door to a range of health problems, many of which are far more serious than we realize, from bad breath that can embarrass us in social situations to gum disease that can affect our physical health. The consequences of neglecting our tongues are not to be underestimated. Think about it for a moment. Our mouths are home to billions of bacteria, and many of them live right on our tongues. These bacteria thrive on food particles, dead skin cells, and mucus that accumulate throughout the day. If we don't regularly clean our tongues, we allow these bacteria to build up, leading to a host of potential problems. One of the most immediate consequences of neglecting tongue hygiene is bad breath, which can leave us feeling self-conscious and hesitant to speak openly. But that's just the beginning, left unchecked. This bacterial buildup can contribute to gum disease, tooth decay, and even more severe conditions like heart disease, as the bacteria enter our bloodstream through the gums to properly care for our tongues. It's important to go beyond simply brushing our teeth. A thorough tongue cleaning involves using a tongue scraper, a tool designed to gently remove bacteria and other debris from the surface of the tongue. You can also use a toothbrush, but a scraper is generally more effective at reaching the back of the tongue, where most of the bacteria hide. It's essential to rinse your mouth afterward with warm water to ensure you're flushing out any remaining bacteria. Some people even use a mild, non-abrasive soap to clean the tongue. Although this is less common, while it may seem like a minor step in our oral care routine, this simple act can make a world of difference in how we feel both physically and emotionally. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's the truly surprising part. Your tongue doesn't just influence your breath and your oral health. It plays a far more important role in your overall longevity. Regular tongue cleaning has been linked to increased life expectancy, with some studies suggesting that it can add up to 5 years to your lifespan. I know it sounds almost unbelievable, but it's true. Taking the time to care for this small, often overlooked part of our body can help us live a longer, healthier life. This is because by reducing the bacteria and germs that ACC accumulate on our tongues, we lower the risk of infections and other complications that can have long-term consequences for our health. The science behind this is simple yet profound. When we neglect to wash our tongues, harmful bacteria can spread throughout our mouths and into our bloodstream, leading to conditions such as gum disease, inflammation, and even heart disease. The mouth is a gateway to the rest of the body, and when it's filled with bacteria, it's easier for these germs to travel and cause problems elsewhere. Studies have shown that gum disease, for example, is linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even stroke. So the health of our tongues directly impacts the health of our entire body. But it's not just our physical health that benefits from tongue cleaning. There's a significant mental and emotional aspect as well. Think about how you feel when you know your breath is fresh, your mouth is clean, and you've done everything you can to protect your health. You feel more confident, more willing to engage in conversations, and more positive overall. When we take the time to care for ourselves, it sends a powerful message to our minds that we value our well-being. This act of self-care boosts our self-esteem, lifts our mood, and helps us maintain a healthier outlook on life. Small, daily rituals, like cleaning our tongues, may have a ripple effect on our overall mental health, encouraging us to take better care of ourselves in other areas of our lives as well. This is why I can't stress enough how important it is to incorporate tongue cleaning into your daily routine. It's such a simple, quick action that requires minimal effort, yet the benefits are truly life-changing. Imagine what it would be like to add 5 years to your life, simply by spending a minute or two every day taking care of your tongue. Imagine how much better you'd feel, both physically and mentally, knowing that you're doing something so easy, yet so impactful for your health. It's amazing how one small habit can make such a profound difference in our lives. So let's make it a priority to clean our tongues, not just for the sake of fresh breath, but for our overall health and well-being. Let's embrace this small, powerful act of self-care and recognize that the health of our tongues is directly tied to the health of our entire body. Our tongues, those often overlooked parts of us, deserve our attention and care. After all, they aren't just for tasting food, they're essential to the way we live, breathe, and experience the world by taking just a few extra moments each day to care for them. We can improve our health, extend our lives, and ultimately live with more joy and confidence. So what have we learned today? We've discovered just how important our tongues are to our overall health, something most of us might have overlooked until now, from improving our breath and preventing gum disease, to boosting our longevity and mental well-being. Taking care of our tongues is a simple yet powerful step in maintaining a healthier, happier life. I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learnt today that you're going to start practicing in your life? Share it in the comments below. And let's start a conversation about how small changes can make a big impact. If you like this video, please leave your comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more health tips and useful content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.